Alright, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakadosh, double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom unto the elect out there, the brothers are pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth. And shalom unto the sisters, that listening and learning, being faithful and loyal to their husbands, right? So, with this lesson here, we want to get into something quick here as on the plantation, we had to be diligent when it comes to this word, really and truly, because we know things turning up more and more and more and more. So we, as I said in this song that I wrote, through the Spirit and power, we are Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? It's going hard, so we had to go harder. You understand? Because it's like the things that you're seeing, you see the elders and them posting it up a lot and whatnot, because they in the heart of the beast, so to speak. So a lot of things they're seeing a lot more than what we seen down here, because they is Babylon the Great, right? So as they share the information with us, around the world, brothers who haven't come into full effect of what they already have over there, who now come into effect, that kind of way. Yeah, so they sharing it with us, So we through the Spirit now, we know to keep pushing and going hard, right? So this 2 9:1, they say he measured me then, right, and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. What the word measure means to know. You understand? It say, and when thou seest part of the signs which I have told thee before, right? When we see part of the signs, right, the Lord say, I have told thee before. Let me get this precept here. This is the book of, book it in again. Yeah, Jude. Right, this book of Jude 1 and 5, right? It say, I will therefore put you in remembrance, though you once knew this, right? How the Lord, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believe not, right? Now, the main point that I want to get at in this precept is, I will put you in remembrance, though you once know this, right? Because the Lord, there's going to come a time when the Lord going to put all things into our remembrance, so we're going to remember these things, whatever it is, because we're going to know who we were in the past life and whatnot, so we're going to, in other words, we're going to also know the gospel of how it was preached, back then in our past life and whatnot, you understand? And to put it another way too, in this time in here, we know this gospel, right, from way back then, right, is the same word, it never changed. You understand? It's only these hypocrite pastors and they that try to change the word of the Lord. The Bible says who changed the word of God into a lie, if I put it so, but roughly paraphrasing, right? Because we know there's only one truth. The truth can't change. You understand? Because the Lord never changed, so the truth can't change. You understand? So that's another way also the Lord bring it back into remembrance, because in our past life we did know the gospel, right? We used to follow the commandments and all these things until we fell off and we just getting worse and worse, right? So we'll go back here in the 2 9, right? Let me see if I have any more precepts for this. Yeah, actually I have Romans 15:4, right? Romans 15:4, it say, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope, right? Because again, we once knew this, right? So everything that's written aforetime was written for our learning, right? So now, because back then, even in our past life, right, we would know exactly how things was going to be now, right? Because now more modern, it's more advanced, right? It have more technology, more things doing this, more doing that, more sorts of witchcraft and all these things, right? So back then, right, when the Apostle John, Paul, and all these men was writing the Bible of our fighters, right? The ones who get visions, right, like Apostle John, right? He described Babylon as the beast and them kind of thing, or Ezekiel, when he described the chariots as a roll, those kind of ways. because it's like they didn't know exactly what it was, you know, but they write it as they see it. You know, I know it have other examples and whatnot, but you know, we roll with them for the while, right? Don't want to be here whole day. Sit down in this truck here, hot, it's sweating, you know, but hey, it's for the Lord work, you know, so what praise say, you know, but anyways, so yeah, all these things was written aforetime for our learning, right? So that true patience and comfort of the scriptures that we might have hope, right? Because when you're in this truth, right, you gotta learn to have patience, because one day with the Lord is like 1,000 years, vice versa, right? So we know 1,000 years, but right now it's like a few seconds, minutes, whatever it is, hours that pass with the Lord since the Lord went back, you know, to meet the Father. You know, you understand? For us, it feeling long, but for Him, you know, it's now for now. You know, that kind of way. So yeah, so we gotta have patience, right? And let the scriptures comfort us. You know, the more we learn is the more we feel comforted, because we know when the Lord come back, you know, righteousness gonna come back in order, come back into play. These devils gonna get taken out of power. All our enemies gonna be in chains. You understand? So hey, it's a yappa thing at the end of the day, you know. So let me go back here in 2 Corinthians 9. Right, we read verse 2. It reads, "Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which He made." Right? Because as the prophecies go by, you know, obviously it's gonna come a time where the Lord coming back. You understand? All these prophecies had to play out before the Lord come back also, you know. So like we got some precepts for that here, right? So there's Romans 13:11. It say, "And that knowing the high time," and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now our salvation is nearer than we believed." Right? And we could also read down, you know, but there are some more precepts to go into, you know, but they basically say the night is fast spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. You understand? Ephesians 6:10-20. You understand? We're putting on that whole armor, because the end right there, like, you know, for us as the prophets, you know, to what I bash me, for opening our eyes, you know, we could see that the end right there, these tutors on them, it's like, bro, it's like the Lord literally put a lens over the eye, you know, like they literally blind. Like, we could read a precept about a specific prophecy, you know, that plain as day, blunt, show them it's happening in real life, and they still wouldn't believe. You understand? That's to show how blind people are. You understand? But the Lord don't want all of them to just come back to the truth, whatever it is. You understand? It have a scripture that say that, but you know, I can't remember how it's quoted. You know, because he would say something like you would have to forgive their sins or something like that. You know, but doesn't mean know what I'm talking about. You know, but yeah. So our salvation is nearer than we believe. I'm gonna get your next one here. This one have a little way to go in it. In Matthew 24. So 24 and from like 4 so to 14. Yeah. Right. So it say in Matthew 24:4, right? It say, "And Yahweh shall answer and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." You understand? Because we hear about rumors of wars, right? Because the rumors of wars is like what? The World War III, because a lot of people hearing about World War III. So far it's like rumors, it's spreading. But we as the prophets know it's going to happen. It's in the scriptures, right? But as of right now, it's rumors of wars, right? It already had the war with Ukraine and Russia, you know, which is just the beginning. You understand? That is just the beginning. And then the Lord say, hey, don't be troubled, right? For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Because why? It still have a prophecies to unfold. You know, the MOTV still have to come out, all these things. You understand? So with this now, this is just us measuring the times, because through the scriptures we know it has certain prophecies to go along the line still, right? But with the Lord saying Habakkuk 2, you know, though it may tarry, it will surely come. You understand? It's not gonna tarry any longer, right? Because it's already on its way. prophecies playing after one after the next, one after the next. You understand? Then what it say, right? It's in this one, right? Yes, verse 7, right? Where it say, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, which we know, like the same thing with Russia and Ukraine, right? And say, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places, right? And we already seen things like that happening, right? There famines in certain lands, and then there pestilence in other lands, earthquakes happening like Turkey and Syria, what happened the other day, and then it's in diverse places. Look all down here too, you know, it's a certain demons just turn up on the whole. I see a sort of videos and thing where people fighting and all kind of thing, like, you know, demons just turning up. And then just the other day the place flooded out so bad. You see about how much videos, right? Well, I did a video on that was my last video, you know, with cars floating away and all these things. You understand? Things turning up real drastic, right? Verse 8 it say, all these things are the beginning of sorrows. You understand? It's the beginning of sorrows. So the Lord letting you know, right? It's the beginning, because we still have Jacob's trouble and all these things to go through. You understand? When famine kick in real heavy, where it is men literally gonna be breaking down in house because they have no grocery and thing open. You understand? Because all them groceries and them gonna be empty. You understand? Because people gonna be starving, and you feel people still gonna have time to freaking go in thing and try and purchase, when, especially when things done overpriced. You're paying about $500 for a bread and all. Nah, men going and thief that. Men going and thief that. Them not going through that. Right? Verse 9 it say, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, right? And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Yeah, that is why the Lord say, oh God, I believe that is in Romans and all, where it say, present your body as a living sacrifice. Because hey, we know some of us gonna be martyrs for this truth, right? But the Lord say, hey, when they put you up to the judge, you understand, think not where you will say, because he go put the words in thy mouth. You understand? Example again, and first the scripture so yappa, because you want to just read in Romans 15, right? Everything I written aforetime was written for our learning, because we could use Meshach, Abednego. What's the next one? Oh gosh. But all you know the three are talking about, you know, Meshach, Abednego, and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, right? You know those three, right? They wasn't worshiping the false god where Nebuchadnezzar set up, right? And the Lord say, and they say, if it's the will, Lord, if it's the will of the Lord for them to be put to death this way, then so be it, you know. But they're not worshiping our other god, right? If it's the Lord's will to save us, he will save us, and what happened? He saved them. You understand? And it's Nebuchadnezzar men get burned up, you know. That is some of the strongest warriors that get burned up and thing there. You understand? That is the faith that they had in the Lord, and we have to have that same faith, right? Because hey, they say, then they shall deliver you up to be afflicted. You understand? We know these men and them, because they go put a bag on we head, they go put money on we head then. You understand? And people go be looking for we farm, they go be selling you out this, that thing, you know? Because the Lord said, hey, he didn't come to send peace but a sword, right? And that's a sword is what separate, right? He come to set variance against one against another, right? Mother against daughter and whatnot going along the line, right? So in them time, in the money, nothing about family and things, them starving to death, right? People go beating their own family and all, you understand? But concerning this, your family are not going to sell you out, right? It say, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my sake, yeah, because we cursing out all these nations, you understand? Even when we go up to to the judge and whatnot, you understand? We're not going to go back on our word. We're going to stand firm for the Lord. So they're going to hate us. They're going to say we're racist and whatever it is. But hey, the Lord racist, so fuck that. You know? Verse 10 it say, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. Yeah, as I said before, nobody have time to say it. No friend thing and no family thing. It's every man for themselves. Right? Verse 11 it say, and many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Yeah. Verse 13 it say, but he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached into all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Yeah. And you see, that next prophecy that had to fulfill. Every single person on this earth had to hear the gospel before the Lord come back. Right? Especially every Jake. You understand? So when the Lord come back, it had nobody on this earth that could say they never hear the gospel. Right? And you see how this spreading like wildfire. It have new people that are meeting, you know. And a good bit of them say that, hey, they know, they heard about it already and whatnot. Even though majority of them think that all of us is one, like including IUIC and all them, because they just know, they know black Hebrew Israelites. So they just say everybody who won't preach or anything, they just cast us as one thing. They don't know it's separate groups. You understand? But they still know about it. Right? So, and then the others too, who don't know about it, hey, the Lord send them towards me for me to tell them about it. You understand? If it's not me, or other brother, or whatnot, or a sister, tell our next sister, or whoever it is, but the news gonna spread. If they bounced up on YouTube, the news gonna spread. You understand? It's gonna spread. That's what the unicorn for. Right? He saw devices working against him. You dig? So now in verse well, yeah, that was it here, verse 14. Yeah, and then the Lord said, well, yeah, after all them things, yeah, now the end shall come. You understand? So let's go back to the so like, yeah, the second Esdras, right? Second Esdras 9, I believe it's verse 3 now, right? They said, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Right? We read that already, right? Written aforetime, written for our learning. Verse 5 it say, for like as all that is made in the world had a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. You understand? The end being made manifest right before our eyes. You understand? We can't deny that the truth is the truth. And we want the end to come. You understand? The end of this kingdom here, this queendom, Esau kingdom. We don't all that thing because hey, just today I had a small discussion with a co-worker. You know, when you're talking about them it's transmission or something like that, where it's basically it's advanced transformation with these wicked people out here, Jakes and Eden. You understand? Mainly Jakes too, right? From my knowing. Because a lot of them, they changing into woman and woman changing into man, and yeah, and it been so damn convincing you can't even tell. Even if you take off the clothes, you see now of a JJ, right? But you some ways you might be able to tell that person was a man before, and them you gotta be real careful out here. We can't be who go want to live in a world like that, you know? You haven't you looking to start a family or have sex, you know, and you haven't sex with a man and you don't even know that going on, boy. When you find out, you're gonna feel disgusted, boy. That real disgusting. You know, that kind of way. You gonna want to kill that man one time, but you can't do that because why? He lost right on your neck breathing there. If you think, you know the days gonna come and you front up your face for the so-called freaking fairy and parade. Right? You could go to jail for that. So much less for killing one of them, you know, or doing or saying anything harmful. You know, it's jail. You understand? That is a lot of wickedest places, and people want this place to continue. Nah, man. But I'm glad to get out of here, yes? I believe I have some precepts for this year too. Yeah, I just had this quick one here. So there is second Ezra 6 and 7 say, and then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follow it? Right? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, which represent what? That was us, you know, true Yahweh Shai pulling down Esau's stronghold. You understand? That is we tearing down this kingdom, because when we preach, we spiritually tearing down this kingdom, and because the more we preach, the angels point out the vials, right? And the more we preach, prophecies coming to pass, and the sooner the Lord come, right? So it's through the Lord now, right, who go and do the ultimate pulling down, because he coming back and he doing the killing. Right now we just heralding the coming of our Lord, you know? You understand? He's the big boss, right? The only person above him is Yahweh, you know, and Yahweh is in likeness with his son. You understand? He delighted in his son. So hey, anything that Yahweh shall do or think, right? It's the same way how the Father would move. You understand? So, hey, that's how it is. Verse 9, it say, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that follow it. So you see, we have our kingdom coming. You understand? And it's like our people want to stay in the wicked. Why would you want to stay here in this wicked kingdom, knowing that you have something better coming? You're gonna be walking on the streets are cool. You're gonna be able to have your children. You good for the women, right? You ain't gonna have no pain in childbirth. You understand? Right? You're gonna be able to make your children, you know, have your husband, you know, you're gonna be happy, you're gonna be in your right mind. Certain things we find hard to do right now, it wouldn't be hard because the law will be in us. You understand? Same thing with the men, right? Our children gonna be able to run and play and laugh. You're not worried about they falling down, getting a cut, somebody kidnapping them, somebody raping them. Not gonna have none of them thing. You understand? Them, you see them, and them will think twice before messing with our children, right? Worse here with us. You understand? Because just like how Esau setting up a device, if we from up we face for the freaking fairy parade, if they so much as from up the face towards our children, like they want to do them something, hey, clean off that head one time. You understand? Don't get no ideas. We're not gonna be like tyrants, you know, but we're gonna keep that order regardless. You know? So we're gonna get that stature from the Lord. You understand? And you choosing to stay under your oppressor. You understand? Who flipping this whole world upside down? Nah, man. That's crazy. Right, so there's 2 Corinthians 9 and 7. It say, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. You understand? Because what the scripture say, I'm gonna pull it up quick actually. Oh shit, so I didn't read verse 6. Verse 6 it say, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs, right? And that is a yappa thing, because when you read here, right, it's 13:11. Yeah, I always mix up these two here. But yeah, Romans 11 and 7, right? They say, what then? Right? Israel had not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election had obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Right? So it goes back to, as I said earlier too, these tutors and them literally blinded by the Lord out here. Right? Because they're looking for a sign, but they wouldn't get no sign but what? The sign of Jonah, which is the prophets being on the street. Right? But even then, they wouldn't listen because they're watching us as ordinary men. Right, we don't know what we're talking about, we being racist, we being hateful, and all them things, but they don't want to hear the raw truth. You understand? It does says the Lord, we're not coming out here to speak no nice thing to you. You understand? We're not here to make you feel good about yourself. It's a cut you in the spirit to get you right. You understand? Because if you know you're doing wrongdoing, you expect when somebody telling you the truth for you to feel good? No, it won't. It will hurt. It's you know how to come on and be real and say, well, hey, you know, you're talking truth. You understand? I'm gonna fix myself. You think? But people out there, they're so full of themselves, they feel like they're doing everything that they ought to do, and they feel like it's correct. You understand? Some of the things they know they're doing wrong, when somebody tell them about it, they're quick to fret up themselves. You understand? That is how wicked these people is. You dig? Alright, so I read over verse 7. But it say, 2 Corinthians 9 and 7 say, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye believed. Right? So let me get the precept that I was going to get now. Right, which is back in Romans 1 verse 17, right? And it reads, for therein is the righteousness of power revealed from by faith to faith. As it is written, the just shall live by faith. You understand? And who is this just? That is the elect. You understand? As I read in Romans 11, right? Not 11, Romans 13 and 11, right? Where it say the election, right? The election have obtained it, what they were seeking for, right? The election is the elect, right? And the rest were blinded. You understand? So that just is the elect, right? They are the only ones that are going to think, Lord, when I are part of that number, you know. They are the ones that gonna understand and try and keep the law as best as they could, and do what the Lord say, basically. You understand? Because the Lord said, if ye love me, keep my commandments. And that will be what we trying to do. The Lord not be can't keep everything in this wicked kingdom, but hey, it's the effort that counts in terms of that. Because the Lord love obedience. You understand? The Lord love obedience. Because you say you're a man of the Lord or a woman of the Lord, and you doing all these wicked things and think the Lord just gonna forgive you. No. You understand? He go forgive you in the kingdom, but that is after you're dead. You understand? That is after you're dead. I believe I have that scripture written down, kind of thing, where they have to know death by pain. You know? But anyways, let me move on. I believe it's back in the second Esdras anyways. Second Esdras 9, verse 8. Right? It's a I don't read close line, but anyways, yeah. Second Esdras 9 and 8, right? Well, I'll read back from a little bit from verse 7. It say, whereby ye have believed shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them from the beginning. Right? And the Lord sanctified us in the beginning, right? We could get that account here in the book of Ephesians, right? Ephesians 1 and 4, right? Quick precept. It say, according as he had chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we would be holy and without blame before him in love, right? And the funny thing is, we went into that yesterday in our preaching, right? When the part where it say he will find us without blame, right? Because the elect practically going to be innocent, right? Because when you there's a precept in Sirach, I believe the brother went into, right? And he's talking about the word acquit, right? And acquit basically means to hold somebody innocent, right? And then in Sirach 15 or second Esdras 15, right? You know, but I know it's in the Apocrypha, where the Lord say the righteous and the innocent blood cry out unto me, right? The Lord call them innocent, right? Because I mean the dead ones, you know, who they are in the street, you know, they are part of the elect, right? So they are the innocent ones. When they come to this, because remember, this word is wash your cleaning. You understand? Of course, we might still commit a little sin here and there, but once we're not willfully sinning and doing things, you know, to upset the Lord, right? We become innocent because, as I say, the word was worship. That's why I like that Psalms 51 also, where, you know, he pray and ask the Lord to wash him with hyssop. You understand? Because this word is wash here. That's the real baptism, right? That's the real baptism. Verse 5 would say, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahweh Shai Mashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. Yeah. And also, as it said before the foundation of the world, right? That just goes to show that the elect was created since back then, because it's the elect along with Yahweh Shai and the rest of angels that created the world. You understand? Through Yahweh's instructions. You understand? So that's how it go. Right? But let me go back here now. Right? So the second Esdras 9 and 9, it say, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. Right? For such in their life have received benefits and have not known me. Yeah. But let me get a piece of verse 9 quick. You know, Zechariah 13 and 8. Right? We all know this precept. Right? It say, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Right? So the Lord gonna slaughter 2/3 of our people, and the third part, which is the 1/3, you know, they're gonna be saved. Right? It say, and I will bring the third part through the fire. Right? And when the Lord says through the fire, I mean through the afflictions. Right? Because it's 2 separate fires, you know. You understand? The fire for the 1/3 is the afflictions which we're going through right now, which is to build our faith and build us up in the spirit and whatnot, right? And the other fire is literal fire for these 2/3 on them, right? So you say, and I will bring the part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call upon my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power. You understand? So yeah, that's the 1/3 day. Right? So let me read back verse 10 in the second verse 9. Right? Where it says, for as much in their life have received benefits and have not known me. Yeah, because they tell us and that just goes to show they baptized with Esau's spirit, because Esau and all that was scripture in Job will say that, Esau flourishing basically, so they basically saying, what God is this that I should serve him? And that's the same thing with our people, right? Because they baptized with Esau's spirit, so they seeking benefits, reaping rewards from the devil, right? So they have no time to the Lord, they have no time for the Lord. You understand? That's why the Lord gonna put them to death, because they giving all the time and attention to the money, right? And whatever it is they give all their time and attention to, that's who you're worshiping. You understand? So they worshiping the money, worshiping the fame, right? They worshiping these devils and them. You understand? So hey, we got precept for that. A quick one. Right? They Luke 6:25, it say, woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for you shall mourn and weep. Yeah, so woe unto them that full, right? But as I say, all of them they get the benefits from Esau. They basically they take the riches, yeah. You understand? Which is not even real riches, right? So the Lord say, hey, you're full now, you go hunger later. You understand? Because while the men of the Lord eating, you're gonna starve, because you're gonna be fighting this one for food. Is that they're gonna get killed trying to get it, you're gonna kill somebody getting it, or you're gonna kill somebody still and get it. You understand? But it's gonna be a fight for it, and you're gonna be hungry. Because even if you get our food, right, you're gonna eat that now for now, right? Or somebody else come back and kill you, right? So one way or the other, you're gonna be dead. You understand? It's no getting out of it, right? The scripture that say, when you flee from a snake and a bear met him, flee from a lion and a bear met him, you run, you put your hand on the wall, a snake bite him, that kind of way, because it's trouble at every turn. You understand? You can't get away. You understand? So that's how the Lord gonna deal with these two-thirds on them, right? Real militant, because they on shit. They on real shit. So let me go back to the second verse 9. I believe verse 10. For I read verse 10 already. I think it's verse 11 now. Yeah, verse 11, where it say, and they that have loaded my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. Right, yeah, these priests are talking about here. The same must know it after death by pain. Right? So let me get that precept here, which is this one, very popular too, because they have 1:6. Right? It say, for my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. Thou shalt be no priest to me. Right? Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. Right? Because the Lord say, hey, the loaded his law. Right? The Lord see stretch out his hand. It have multiple scriptures that going into that, but I just grabbed this one because this one you part two also, right? Because the Lord say forget the Lord say go forget you too, right? Because it's not like you're not hearing about the law and thing from the prophets of the Lord, right? You're hearing about it, you're hearing about the prophecies of our writers, and you're refusing to accept it, right? So the Lord say, hey, I'll forget you too. I don't know you, right? And he will put you to death, plain and simple. Yeah, so that was the last precept there. I hope this lesson was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. The brother Kyle here signing out again. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Keep strong, I'm almost out of here. A bad bubble, the theater America.